No, Samurai! Don't leave me.
Push ahead.
Okay, you can leave.
Primal Zerg inbound. Route swarm hosts to begin spawning.
Who asked you?
Love that quote.
You have
So
my
these are
attention.
swarm hosts. When this game first came out, swarm hosts were kind of crazy and stupid. I guess that's about all I have to share about that.
Speak quickly. Nothing stands in my way.
Okay, I thought there was an attack coming, but apparently not, so screw it.
Here they come.
There we go. They're actually spawning their units automatically now, like they should. I'm sorry, which idea, Kelson? Remind me.
Primal forces eliminated. Your path is clear.
Sugar, Deutsch. No, Paladin, absolutely not.
You are close. The moment draws near. Is your hate still strong enough to make the necessary sacrifice?
So we have two topics to discuss when we're going through this mission, because
Who asked you?
this is kind of a boring mission on easier difficulties and an extremely irritating, frustrating, long mission on hard difficulties. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. What the? There's a teacher's trap. Whatever.
The swarm never rests.
So we'll let the cutscene play out, and then I'll explain why this is a mission.
It's a pool.
Oh, that thing, Kelson.
The
Gotcha.
first spawning pool. It existed before names. From this primordial place, the Zerg arose. Within, one essence split into many. One devoured another and became stronger. The first Zerg. You will have your power, and you will lose yourself. Evolve. Transform. Transcend. Recommendation: avoid pool. Catalytic fluid will overwhelm Queen's body. Not strong enough.
The Queen's hate is strong enough. And if I survive, it will remake me. I will become more powerful than the old Queen of Blades. Zagara, defend the Hive Cluster and the Chrysalis until I am done. Or dead.
Yes, my queen.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm not hugely in favor of hold the line missions in general. I've kind of talked about why over the course of this entire game. Going all the way back to that very first hold the line mission in Starcraft, the original.
More from the lava at our hatchery.
Zagara, shut up. Anyways, I personally think he didn't corrupt this pool literally just because he's lazy. Like, he literally just borrowed the idea of the pool and said, yep, that's enough. So yeah, this is a pretty boring mission. 24 minutes, we got tons of time to talk about all sorts of stuff.
Gather nearby. They are preparing to attack the hive cluster.
I need you,
Root our swarm hosts and crawlers by that entrance.
Zagara. I'm gonna smack you. Anyways, so let's talk about the spawning pool first. Can we... Nope, okay, let's do that instead. You know, Shadow, I use Violet. It's my color. Also, I feel like this mission was supposed to have some kind of big significance of the fact that this is the mission where Kerrigan is, you know, there's this long hold the line mission against an overwhelming...
Minerals faster.
I'm going to smack you so hard, Isha. If you... It's a long hold the line mission against a superior force which is acting from 3 multiple force things, and it does so to permanently change Kerrigan into something new. Now, I actually just realized I have, like, several things to talk about here. Let's talk about the pool first. The pool itself is probably the closest thing to a flat-out mystical fantasy element of this. The pool is, for all intents and purposes, magic. Now, this brings up a topic, which is what I actually want to discuss here. Does it bother you that the pool is magic? And I mean this sincerely. Does it bother you when there is science fiction and fantasy being mixed, like is happening right here? Genuine question. I want to know what you guys think. So, I'll pause for a moment and let you guys answer that. Aranessa.
I sense another pack of primal Zerg gathering across the basin.
Hear me, broken Zerg. You have killed Brock, but his pack survives. I claim their territory and their essence.
Oh, by the way, there's Dahaka up there. Essence! Essence. So there's Dahaka. It's noted as strange creature. He's just watching up there.
The primal Zerg factions have engaged each other.
Let them kill each other. Our focus is protecting the chrysalis.
What's the difference between magic and something we don't understand, Claymore?
I have not forgotten you, broken pack. Your leader sleeps. She will not wake. My pack will feast upon your
Essence.
Yadra's pack is preparing to attack our hive cluster. Show these primals the fury of the swarm.
This frickin' mission, I swear. Obviously, we're playing on casual, so this might be cathartic, but I remember this mission as just being a boring, dull pain. We'll go and do everything just for the heck of it. Damn it, Chemic, why would you do that? Please, please do not share. And also, why would you do that? So, okay. It is possible, Vertexan, that this could be explained by super advanced science. I am absolutely acquiescing to that. But honestly, it really boils down to the pool is basically magic. Whether it is really advanced technology or it is just flat-out mystical, you know, space magic or whatever, it is magical. The thing is, this pool basically just produces creatures and infuses them with what could be best described as pure essence. In other words, bringing out the furthest extent of what they could do, if that makes any sense. This is why the pool kills just about everyone who actually goes into it, and why nobody thought, well, nobody in character thought, that Kerrigan would actually survive it. Because it literally completely overwhelms you and brings out... think about it like this. Think about this as your potential, and you're actually down here, because, I mean...
Mother Zagara have made important discovery. Primal essence collecting within pool.
Okay.
Can use spawn many locusts to defend hive cluster from primal attacks.
Okay.
These primals are relentless. Spawn the locusts now.
Oh,
Kill them
gotcha,
all.
Chemic. Never mind. I was like, why would you do that, dude? We're gonna go ahead and spawn the locusts right now, because, I don't feel like dealing with that wave.
Essence collects quickly, use frequently.
Yeah, and you need it on this frickin' mission. Anyways, so, and yeah, you even get a superpower, just like in that final Terran mission that we mentioned earlier. So, the, so this is your potential, and this is what you're actually at. What the pool does is it radically and quickly shoves you up here. It does what all the Primal Zerg do, except it does it like that. This is why, you know, most people don't survive this kind of thing. I mean, if you think about it, that makes perfect sense. Oh, yeah, I'll be totally fine. Oh, God, ugh! Is basically how that works. Let's get a few of these going. That's why I kind of bring up the whole metaphysical thing. It is entirely possible that it is, in fact, just an extremely advanced form of science, which brings me to my very next topic, coincidentally enough. Do you think this pool was originally here, if this is a native thing, for lack of a better word choice to use here?
Sent a force of primal fires to attack the chrysalis.
Or do you think this is something the Xel'Naga made here? Now, there's a strong argument for both. I want to make that clear. There's no right or wrong answer here.
Are under attack.
So, you know, it's just about what you think. Actually, yeah, Baronessa. Except way more violent. And way more likely to kill you. Although it could be argued that the super serum probably should have killed Captain America when he used it, so valid enough point. I actually want to move this down a bit. Great thing about Zerg defensive structures, if you position them wrong, you can just move them.
I sense a powerful presence. A massive primal.
Tyrannosaur, savage, extreme physical prowess, essence useful, must acquire.
That's right.
No
They have
simple
Tyrannosaurs
matter.
here.
To reach it, we must cross the battle between Brack and Yandra's packs.
I like the look of the new ones better, personally, Third Leg. I noticed nobody's answering my question. Did I ask the question?
Packs are moving
I'm
against
kind of out of
us.
it. I've had a long
Prepare
day.
for a pincer attack. Mutation complete.
The swarm hosts. These are really powerful units under the right circumstances, actually. No, it's already at max, Pietro. We're already at faster.
We should morph units that can attack flying units.
I'm going to stab you
Morphing
so
mutalisks
hard.
or queens will allow us to destroy the enemy's flyers.
Shut up, Isha.
Our queen
Stop treating me like I'm a noob. I'm not that much of a noob.
complete. Maintain our defense.
You're wrong, Third! Or wait. I'm okay with space magic too, let's make that clear. I don't have any real problem with space magic. Really. I mean, as was pointed out earlier, I like Star Wars, so, you know. But she's pissing me off, Baronessa. That is a very dangerous thing to do. Oops. I personally think the pool was always here, and that's what drew the Xel'Naga's attention here. It kind of fits with their mentality overall. I should probably fix this problem here. There we go. Me too, Kamek. Basically, the Xel'Naga, and I know this is funny because this also kind of follows the overall theme of StarCraft as a whole. The Xel'Naga don't strike me as a very innovative race. I know that sounds weird, but think about it. They can't even reproduce normally. Like, come on, Root. There we go. They can't even reproduce normally. They actually rely on host bodies, Goa'uld style, in order to reproduce. So it makes, and they just kind of, I don't know, I just generally get the impression, I don't have anything concrete for this, I just generally get the impression that the Xel'Naga don't really do anything with themselves. So I like the idea better that they found the pool here and decided to utilize it for their own ends, rather than they actually crafted the pool. Now again, that's pretty much my only reasoning for thinking that way. I don't have strong theories or otherwise going for it. It is, of course, worth noting it is entirely within the realm of possibility. Really? That they did build it specifically to do what it is, to basically be space magic, because it is incredibly advanced science or magic. It's one of the two. Like I said, this pool does not follow standard norms. Oh, fine. Fix it. Let's see, what else do I have to talk about? Essence. So, Essence itself, I already kind of mentioned what Essence is and its relevance to everything. I don't actually have a lot to talk about that. But I do have one thing to talk about, and it's actually this guy right up here. This guy, Dahaka, is... he's very relevant to the understanding of the Primal Zerg, and I think that's one of the reasons so many people like him so much, including me, I feel like pointing out. There's a great deal to be gleaned. 6, 7. From him, from his understanding, from the way he works. And grats, Big J, I hope it is as awesome as you were hoping for. Because Dahaka, well, he'll say it himself later, so forgive me for putting words into his mouth. But Dahaka basically looks at this entire situation and says, well, got a couple of options. I can continue to grow stronger and better, and get bigger weapons and whatnot.
Destroying the rocks near the chrysalis.
Or I can say screw all that noise and go. Where's my queen? There she is. And I could go. Just kind of make a pact with someone who is stronger than me, and follow in their wake to get stronger and to learn from them and to absorb their essence, etc. He is also a good source of comic relief, which is pretty much required in what is otherwise an extremely dark game. It's funny when you think about it. Some people forget how really dark Heart of the Swarm actually is. It's pretty bad. Of course, Wings was too, but some people tend to forget that as well. 1, 2. I need the back one here. Oh wait, no. You 3. You're all going down there.
The chrysalis opens. Our queen is close to waking.
Oh shoot! I need to go get that optional objective. Quick! Give me mutas! No!
Our drones are under attack.
I may have miscalculated a little bit. We'll see how this works out.
Primals have broken through the barricade. Defend the chrysalis. The primals are attacking the chrysalis.
Oh, jeez Louise, really? Yeah, no kidding, Samurai. Well, shrug. Seriously, just shrug. What else can I say? Okay. I need to go, like, right now and kill this guy. I got like 5 minutes, except it's actually less than 5 minutes.
My queen, completing bonus objectives will increase your power
Yeah, shut
level.
up.
The primals are constantly being reinforced. Find a way past them.
You mean by going past them? Okay! Time to kill the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, the Tyrannorazor, or whatever.
Tyrannosaur sample acquired. We'll research primal essences further.
Yes. The primals will be ours. I should probably get a few more defenses going. I'm not actually that well defended right now.
Allies are in combat. Our bosses are under attack.
You guys, where are you? Actually, let's do this.
My pack is strong. We claim essence. We devour. The broken Zerg remain. Collect their essence. Kill.
The Andra's forces are gathering. They are converging upon the hive cluster.
Hive cluster drink! Okay, they're alright. They're alright. Yeah, getting the optional objective on this mission on hard difficulty is hard. It's pretty brutal. It's just kind of a pain to do, if I'm honest.
Mutation. Complete.
Yes, 2 plus 2 to the essence counter. For that.
Defend the chrysalis.
Sorry. Get out of here, get out of here. As I said in my opening spiel, I really have nothing wrong with you liking StarCraft 1 better than 2. I just have something wrong with the way some people do that. Just a little bit longer. I feel like nobody's really watching at this point. What's my viewer count at? So I guess the next question to be asked when it comes to...
Defend the chrysalis. The swarm will prevail.
Well, yeah, of course it will, Zyra. I think the real thing to come up is, with regards to the pool, is whether or not you feel it's a good storytelling device. Because the entire point of the pool is to push Kerrigan to her absolute limit. And I think that's awesome, personally. I think it's a great storytelling tool because it really emphasizes how far she is willing to go. And again, it's that tragic irony thing. She is basically sacrificing her life in order to ensure, that she has vengeance, but that ends up working out in the end in ways she couldn't have foreseen, because if she hadn't done this, there's a pretty good chance she wouldn't have been able to maintain control of the swarm over Amon, and would not have been nearly as useful as a foe against Amon. I do have a huge problem with the scene, but first, this is actually probably my favorite cutscene in the game. I love Blizzard's directing team. God, that scene's awesome. So yeah, she is actually the strongest thing walking around the Capula sector right now. She is actually stronger than Duran at this point in time. We don't know if she's stronger than Amon. We'll find that out, I imagine, tomorrow. So the thing I absolutely love about that, in addition to just the raw power she's unleashing, the power of the hybrid, the power of the Zerg, the power of the Protoss, the power of her, the human. She is, for all intents and purposes, walking death. I love the music that emphasizes it. I love how the entirety of the swarm is just, cowed before her. But what I love most of all is two quiet, subtle things. We see Mengsk staring into the window. And everything is dark and brooding, of course, helping to emphasize the contrast of the scenes there. But he's also got white hair. I mention this because if you're paying attention, every time we've seen Mengsk, he's had the dark hair. And yet, when we see him in person, twice in this game, his hair is shock white. He's looking old. Either he is dyeing his hair, which is, of course, the mundane answer, or every time previous to now, he's actually been basically portraying a younger, more youthful, more taken care of version of himself. There is, of course, also a third option. He could literally be dying and is trying to cover it up thanks to his association with Duran. Of course, the symbolism of his looking to the storm is kind of obvious to answer that question. The storm is coming. I mean, that's really all it is. And it's also the calm before the storm. And Mengsk is smart enough to know that. Mengsk is well aware of the fact that at this point in time she's coming. He was either aware of that in general, he's either aware of that in general, could detect the emanations, or was told that by Duran. Of these three, I think the third one is actually it. I think it is Duran. I also personally think it's the stress samurai that is actually pushing him to this sudden aging, because he looks much older and much more ragged in this game. When we see him in the final cutscene, he looks like he's practically ready to fall over. That's entirely possible, Zachariah. Absolutely. Um, the other thing, though, that I love about that cutscene is the artifact is there. It's right there in the corner, just as a sign thing. It's right there. It's just in the corner. Bam. Yes, I have Venters. I think Primal Kerrigan. I'm just going to call her that from now on. Primal Kerrigan is absolutely stronger. That's true, Kimmick. Raynor looks like he's younger after he frees Kerrigan, whereas Mengsk looks much older. That has to be done on purpose. I know Blizzard's cinematic team. They don't do those kind of things accidentally. So I think Primal Zerg is much stronger. Like I just said, she is incredibly, ridiculously powerful, and she has, her mind and her skill and cunning to be underneath that. Yeah, I know. It's just, and then the cameras, and it's only there for about a second. You just see the edge of it, and then whoosh. So you could tell even at this point that Mengsk knew she was coming. I love that cutscene. Let me talk about why I don't like that cutscene. I wish they'd made a new design for her. That's pretty much it. That's my complaint in a nutshell. Yeah, exactly, Samurai. Exactly. It is also possible, by the way, that the artifact and whatever it's been emanating off is part of what's been causing his problems, too. But honestly, I think it's just the aging because of stress thing, because that's a common theme in this game. Anyways, I wish they'd made a new design for the Primal Queen, for the Primal Kerrigan. Now, let's be honest here. If you put the Zerg, the Queen of Blades, alongside the Primal Kerrigan, these are not identical. There are differences. The problem is they're small. They're minute. There's just a little bit of change here on her face and the way her skin works. Some of her back works slightly differently, and a couple of other things work differently on her armor. I mean, if you actually analyze it, they are different. But I just wish they'd come up with something brand new for her to really make her look freaking amazing and awesome and just new. I wanted something new. It felt like such a cheat for her to go back to effectively the same Zerg form that it already was. That's just my opinion and my perspective. But for the same reason that I think it would have been cheap if they had actually had the Queen of Blades revert, like the original storyline was, I think it's cheap that they make her look like she's reverted, even though she hasn't. Just my opinion. But I think that's actually probably one of the biggest flaws of this game right there is that. But whatever.
Isha, what is a primal Zerg doing on my Leviathan?
I am Dehaka, one who collects. I kill. I take essence. Now I come to you because I feel your change. All Xeris feels it. All Xeris fears it. And you.
But you don't fear me, do you, Dahaka?
You shine. You will bring more essence, and I will follow. When you do not, I will not.
Well, I've forged alliances on shakier ground than that. Very well, you can stay. Betray me and I'll collect your essence.
Yes.
I counted 4 essences of that, although I admittedly spaced out for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kemek, you're probably right. It was probably added for the unnecessary, if you'll forgive me, drama of the scene between her and Raynor. But at the same time, it was probably mostly an artifact of the original design, like I already mentioned. Actually, Kemek, it's funny you say that, because I do think that is correct. She does, in general, seem to be more in control of herself, partially from this point on, which is hilarious, because it took her strong essence in order to endure the pool. Remember that metaphysical aspect I mentioned. I mentioned that because if it was purely scientific and she goes into there and it was just pure biology, it would just break her or make her. That's all it would do. So, I have this feeling that her sense, her soul, her power, her psionic abilities, whatever you want to call it, is what actually made her able to cohese herself, able to become out as the Primal Queen. And Well, that adds to the magical side of things, like I said. Yeah, me too, AV Riku, but yeah. So, yes, these are bioships, absolutely. Let's talk to everyone really quick.
You radiate so much power. More than the old Queen of Blades ever did.
Everything is different. I could always hear the swarm, control it. But now, I feel the swarm. Now I am the swarm.
One of the differences, by the way, between the Zerg, the Queen of Blades look, and the Primal Kerrigan look, you can see things of energy, void energy specifically, going through her at different points in her body and on her wings.
I look like the leader of the swarm now. Perhaps this will help bring more brood mothers back into the fold.
You were the true leader of the swarm yesterday, and you will be tomorrow. Your appearance does not matter.
Perhaps not to you. The Terrans will not be so understanding.
Very true.
Do you think the remaining pack leaders will join me now?
They are a rock, a tree, a hill. They will stand against the wind. They seek power.
And you?
I am a river. I will flow. I seek essence.
Well, the pack leaders have no chance against the swarm now.
They gather essence for thousands of years. They are blinded, but they are not foolish.
Ah, only 2 pluses to the essence counter, that one. We'll talk about Dahaka during the next mission, I think. Because we'll have time to talk about it there.
You have been reborn, a primal pack leader of boundless power.
I feel as if I can rip worlds apart.
And are you the equal of Amon, who once controlled you?
He never controlled me. I felt an influence. A trace of something dark but long gone. Amon must have died before I was infested.
I hope it is so, for he truly could rip worlds apart.
That's another one of those she actually remembers something things, by the way. Although, again, the theory that she's either blocking it or she only remembers some things, both are still valid here. Actually, Shadow, it's funny you say that. I've done voice acting like that myself, and I usually have to rest my throat whenever I do a voice like that. If you've seen my Paper Mario thing, the voice I did for Grotus, one of the main villains, who's at the beginning of, I think, Chapter 2, I had to actually do that voice completely separate from every other voice I did that day, because it destroyed my throat doing his voice. I feel like the result was pretty good, though.
Genetic strands different. Restructured from base level up. Stronger than Queen of Blades. Sequences complex but clean. Completely different at core.
Yes, I am different. I am my own master. When the Zelnaga artifact made me human again, it cleansed me of Amon's influence. And that allowed me to become something greater.
Must take sample. Study new sequences.
Don't even try, Abathur.
Note, her eyes are a different
What
color
I
now,
am
by the way.
Is beyond your comprehension.
Difficult to admit. New structure beyond understanding. Will return to work.
I have done some paid voice acting, not as much as I'd like to. When I was in school still, people actually told me I should go into voice acting, because I could stretch my voice into several different directions. I'm not as variable and good as really, really good voice actors, but I can do several voices. And people tell me I have a good generic voice for voice acting. So, Swarm host. Well, we could make them... Wait, what? Oh, You can make them burrow. You can make the locusts spawn faster. Or you can make them attack both air and ground. And this is clearly a definitively superior one, so we're going to take that one. No, I can't go in that direction, Sigleaf. Sorry.
It is time. Confront the remaining pack leaders. Take what is theirs. Embrace the destiny of all Zerg.
So, I hate to say this, but I actually really like this mission. I hate to say this because I know it's kind of a contentious mission. This is quite literally a raid in WoW. There's trash that helps teach us the mobs. There are raid bosses, and then there's a raid boss at the end. This is, for all intents and purposes, a raid. Like I said, Kemek, I think she remembers bits and pieces. Vague inclinations, not actual memories. That's just my opinion. That's just my take on it. As I've said before, there's really no such thing as an invalid take based on what we know, especially since the writers themselves can't agree on the damn matter. Yeah, when I first saw this mission, I exploded with joy. This was a lot of fun.
Your enemies. Yadra, a worm whose acid burns like fire.
I had a lot of fun with this one.
Kraith, immense and consumed by hatred. Slevin, the eternal mother.
It's true, Deutsch.
And destructive.
That boss is the one I have the most trouble with right there, by the way.
And you will command the whole of the Zerg.
Seriously, that boss sucks. The boss after her is much easier.
Each has sent most of its pack against your swarm, leaving themselves vulnerable.
Zagara, defend the Leviathan. I will deal with the pack leaders myself.
You can really tell in the portrait there how
Yes.
different she looks from the from the Zerg, the Queen Zerg.
The swarm conquers all.
I agree, Kemek. This is very
My
inventive.
queen, new form, powerful, can leap through air, strike foes, heavy damage.
We adapt. I am the swarm.
New offensive ability, psionic shift, dash quickly, destroy creatures within path.
Peace. We are without
I'm not
limit.
sure, Theodore.
This relic, Zelnaga origin, houses genetic information.
Primal roaches help. They fight Yandra's brood.
I also like her abilities, by the way. It almost feels like we're playing a little bit of Diablo 3, you know?
New form can twist essence, mend wounds, heal nearby Zerg and self.
Yeah, she gets an AoE heal, by the way. Which is nice.
Retribution will be mine.
And it's on a cooldown, kinda. I mean, her mana regenerates
Speak.
so fast, which is nice.
Make your peace.
Basically, she, that would be cool as well, Samurai.
We adapt.
This direction? No.
Boldly.
Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Ah.
No
She,
time.
words. She gets... They do something to indicate in gameplay how strong she is in lore. Notice how fast her mana regens. Watch this. Bam! And full again.
Speak.
For all intents and purposes, she regens
We are
mana
without
faster than her
limit.
cooldowns are. And yes, she does, Tamakaria.
I am the swarm. Make your peace.
Yeah, you can do this too, by the way.
We
This is a
adapt.
really nice function,
The swarm
if you feel like playing this way.
conquers all.
which is a very nice option that it's there.
No time like the present. Our conquest continues.
Whoops, I know I
We are
missed one.
without limit.
I would like a mix, by the way, to
It
make it
is
clear.
time.
I would prefer to have both
I am the swarm.
hero missions and
We adapt.
traditional missions in the
Swarm.
ghost packs.
Yes. The swarm conquers all.
Exactly, Kemek.
Make your
Like I
peace.
said, you can really tell that she's a different person
Boldly.
there, even if her overall design of her body is fairly similar to the Queen of Blades look.
We are without limit.
You know what I would have thought would be a really nice touch? Especially since it would make my theory true, and I like my
Our
theories being true.
conquest continues.
I would have loved it
No time
if
like
she
the
actually
present.
had pieces of her that looked like they were part Protoss.
More roaches.
This world is mine. We adapt.
God damn it. First boss. I think. Yep. We beat the trash, now to beat the boss.
Leader of the Broken Pack. No.
Is that fear, Yagdra? You do know you never had a chance, right?
Your change means nothing. I will melt the flesh from your bones.
I also like how they bothered to make each of these guys basically a unique creature, rather than just making them copy-pastes of existing unit styles.
It's laying eggs. Destroy
It helps
them.
emphasize how, in addition to making things fresh, it helps emphasize how the Primal Zerg have been, you know, mutating and evolving for frickin' forever, to the point where they have different ways of thinking, instead of just copying the swarm all the time.
I am
That's true, Kamek.
Cameron.
But you know what I mean, right? Like having some skin styling that looks kind of like, whoa, that looks kind of like that. I don't know. I just think it would be cool.
Stay still.
They call them the Broken Pact because of the unity of the Swarm, which is the great crime
Our
that
conquest
Amon committed to the Zerg. So they're actually not true Zerg in their eyes. It's actually an ironic bit of an elitism. Like I said, they actually have a social structure for the Primal Zerg, which makes sense for many reasons, especially since, as was mentioned earlier, they don't have the ability to automatically be connected to each other like Swarm Zerg do. So they needed to grow the ability to communicate in order to function, to survive, to thrive. Social creatures tend to stay at the top of the heap after all.
boldly. We adapt.
Kerrigan's goal at this exact moment in time is to go kill Mengsk, although Amon is going to slowly take more of her attention over time. Also, someone asked earlier if she could absorb essence. I hope that answers your question.
We are without limit. No time like the present. I am the swarm.
Actually, they do, Tim, Korea.
My pack. Primal hydralisks.
Quickly, destroy the eggs before they hatch. Focus on the largest ones first.
Also, just as an aside, notice how Dahaka actually has a pack, well, which will be joining us as we go through, by the way. Ah! Nice, Chaosbringer. I like it. There we go. Okay. Sorry, getting everything set up here. Okay, so I haven't answered your question, Tom and Korea. The answer is actually really mundane. Basically, they were deliberately designed to be more efficient fighters and more competent and more capable of doing certain actions. So their flight was taken away from them because it was considered inefficient for what their new purpose was. They didn't need to fly for their new purpose. So that's the in-law thing. I think she is the
Our
Swarm Shadow.
conquest continues.
Worlds will burn,
The swarm
armies will be
conquers
shattered,
all.
etc., etc. Ooh, Protoss-style hair I think would work pretty well. That's a good idea, Kamek. I like that.
We are without limit.
Oh, no, we haven't. We'll do those as soon as we get this Zelnaga piece right here.
I am the swarm. We adapt. This world is mine. Our conquest continues.
Basically, yes, Tom and Korea.
Speak.
Alright, so.
Your queen listens. What is it this time? Retribution will be mine. Yes. You're trying my patience. The swarm is the instrument of my will. I have evolved beyond the Queen of Blades. I always did look better in purple. Revenge? I'm positively aglow about it. I think I'll wing it from here. You should get to know my primal side. Did your heart just skip a beat? You might want to get that checked. Minsk will suffer.
And that's all.
It is time. We adapt.
You know, that's actually an interesting point, Kevin. I don't know.
Your peace.
I think that's down to how you perceive it.
Conquers all.
Good question, Zachariah. I'm not sure. We don't actually hear for a while. She basically becomes unclassified, aka ridiculously powerful, after this mission, aka after we take out the essence of basically all the Primal Zerg leaders.
We adapt.
So, where is that last
The
essence?
swarm conquers all.
Essence. Seriously though, where is it? Because I don't want to miss it. I don't think I have yet.
Make your
Boss fight
peace.
time.
My pack is ready to fight.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's Dahaka's right arm. It's still bleeding profusely. In case you were wondering what happened to his arm, there it is. It was chopped off. The implication is that it was chopped off by this guy.
I feel your strength. You will be worth killing. Worth the blood. 1,000 cuts shred the flesh.
Mine. We adapt.
Strength comes for you.
Make your peace.
This is kind of a rough one for me. Because he's, basically, it's hard to keep all of my units alive on this one, because it's so easy for him to hit you. It's so hard for them to get out of the way in time, unless you're preempting it, in which case you're doing hardly any damage to him. So,
Strength comes for you.
or you can just get hit by him and say, screw it.
1,000 cuts shred the flesh.
Wow, he is just not doing any damage with that attack. Look at that. That's kind of sad, actually. True, Samurai. And that would be very cool, I think. See you around, Fort Fearsome.
Boldly. Make your peace.
Alright.
No time like the present.
My pack arrives. They will break your enemies.
This is the Ultralisk equivalent.
Speak.
Is that it? Over there? I know the next essence is in a really weird spot. It's hard to reach.
I am the swarm. Yes.
I promise I won't finish it tonight, Kemek. You guys made me... You guys voted for it. You guys voted for me to quit tonight.
Is mine.
And continue later, so I shall.
We adapt. Retribution will be mine.
What time is it, anyways? Oh, jeez, it's
These
getting late already.
ones explode when they sense you.
Boldly.
Is this it?
What is it this time?
I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Oh, jeez, this one.
Make you.
Ravasor fights with acid. Bring it down quickly.
So this is just irritating, doing this
I am
one.
the swarm.
You have almost no dodge room.
This world is mine.
And these guys, well, they're supposed to take slightly more damage than they're currently taking to die.
The swarm conquers all. Our conquest continues.
Okay, we're good.
The swarm conquers all. Boldly. Our conquest continues. Boldly. Make your... What
Okay.
is it this time?
Onwards.
I am the swarm. No
So, this next boss is the one that really pisses me off, especially on hard difficulty. You'll see why in a moment. This next boss is basically an ad boss. I tend to not like ad bosses in general. This ad boss is particularly bad, because this is an ad boss that also happens to never not be spawning ads. Just a constant stream of them. And they're explosive ads. They're suicide bomber ads. Just over and over again. I think we'll go ahead and pause after Char. It's a good pause point. And this will enable me to start early tomorrow. I don't think I've fought her on Brutal yet. I was actually doing a playthrough of Heart of the Swarm on Brutal, and I never actually finished it. I don't remember what
Our conquest continues.
In StarCraft 2 or in HOTS, Venters.
The swarm conquers all.
Alright.
We adapt.
This is it, guys.
No time like the present.
Seriously, this is the hard boss. The next boss is nothing compared to this one. Yes. After this mission, Nardo. Right, we're not on Char. We're on Xeris. God, I am out of it. So, yeah, what you just saw is basically this boss in a nutshell. 100 billion ads, have fun. Yeah, no kidding, Paradox. I would have to say that, honestly, I really do think Kerrigan is my favorite overall. Although Zeratul is a close second. He has a lot of fun abilities. That sucks. So, I gotta be honest, I saw this upcoming twist coming from a mile away because, I mean, it's logical. It makes perfect sense that this would happen this way. So, this isn't even a twist, in my opinion. This is just a logical continuation of the story.
It is time.
Servant.
The pack leaders are slain. Their packs join your swarm. And here you stand, complete. You are Zerg. Your essence overflows with power. I thirst. You will feed my evolution, the first in millennia.
So this is awesome.
I wonder when you would make your move.
No allegiance but to self. Kill or be killed. You know this.
There can be only one.
Of course.
One will be consumed and become something greater than either. This is the heritage of the Zerg.
So remember how we mentioned how so many we were talking about how the primals
Only the strongest survive.
the primals are the kind of species who would just constantly fight amongst themselves in order to create better and blah 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 blah. And therefore, once they received the once they got as strong as they could ever get, once there was nowhere else for them to go, they could only sit there and reside and just kind of wait for someone else to get strong enough. Well, someone in chat pointed this out. The other option, rather than just sitting and waiting and hoping for someone else to reach them, is to deliberately ensure that someone reaches them. So Zervan has ensured... Hang on, I'm about to win here. Zervan has ensured that all of the other primal leaders and the essence of the pool has been poured into Kerrigan, so she would be equal to him, so he could finally move on and do something and try to consume her essence, and therefore become stronger and move forward, as he puts it, the destiny of the Zerg. There can be only one, etc., etc. The funny thing is, he of course loses, but I don't think even for a second he is sad or grieved about that, because it's just the nature of the Zerg. One moves forward and gets stronger, and the other dies. This is way easier on casual difficulty. Jeez. They also spend a ton of effort on that boss fight. There's an entire interview just about this boss fight, talking about everything they did and all the work and effort that went into making it happen. Love that fight. Like,
Xeris is mine. Isha, prepare the Leviathan. It's time the swarm returned to the Kapulu sector.
well, yeah, he had kind of reached the pinnacle of existence, and the only thing he could do was die, or find someone as strong as him to try and consume them, and then move on. And the funny thing is, if you think about it, if Zervan had won, all he would have done is gone back to sleep, and waited for someone else to show up in another millennia or two. Like I said, I like the raid mission there. So we're going to talk to everyone here, and then we're going to call it for the night. Tomorrow, I'm going to try really hard to start early.
Your transformation
Shut up.
You have become strong and taken another world. I think you will conquer the universe.
I don't know about that. But the Zerg will never again be pawns of other races. Not even the Zelnaga. We have changed. And now, other worlds await.
Oh, gotta get ready on the essence counter.
Did you know the Ancient One would turn on me?
Your essence, it called him.
And you didn't try to warn me.
He was Zerg. You are Zerg. One dies, and one grows strong. You know.
I think I'm starting to understand you, Dahaka.
Actually, it's funny you say that, Venters, because the primal Zerg don't have the ability to leave the planet any more than a very, very advanced dolphin doesn't have the ability to leave the ocean. You know, they're stuck here. It was the introduction of Amon and his artificial manipulations of the Zerg that gave them space flight. So, yeah, I've been keeping track. I actually have it open right here, so I can add it. Like, here, watch, see? So I can just add them on the fly like that. Let's talk about Dahaka really quick. Just really quick, because I just have something I want to share here. Oh, goodness. Yes, I know. Seriously, Silverdragon. Dahaka is something that I think is very logical, and I'm a little surprised there aren't more like him amongst the Primal Zerg. Remember that the Primal Zerg have evolved the ability to be social creatures, to have communication, to coordinate. They have packs, they have hierarchies, they have a structure, they have a cultural structure. Dahaka is the only one who is intelligent enough to think about it and be like, you know what? Rather than constantly trying to personally vie against everything around me, I am going to follow someone who is strong. And as I follow them, I will gain essence in their wake. Rather than trying to... He's subtle about it. He's devious. It's a brilliant thing for him to do. And it's why he is watching us. Actually, he's in both missions prior to him approaching Kerrigan here. And he's just watching us, trying to determine if we are strong. And once he determines we are, he says, "Yep, I am here to serve you." Why? Because you will allow me to get essence. And that's pretty much it. And I don't know, I just love that. It's a wonderful subtlety, and it helps to flesh out the Zerg culture as a whole.
You will never conquer our...
Shut up. It also... it helps flesh out Dahaka himself, and again, makes him probably one of the more intelligent, actually I would say the most intelligent of the Primal Zerg, and one of the more intelligent of the Zerg in general.
Enemies by doing nothing.
So we have...
The powerful essence of the Primal Pack Leaders has awakened a new column and many abilities.
So yeah, now we
As
get a
tiers
whole new column of abilities
continue
here.
to awaken, you will gain abilities in this third column
There's
as
no vote,
well.
guys. There's no poll. So this is actually really cool. So now we can pick over here and get this stuff instead. As you can see, I'm still going over here. However, since we're never using Zerglings again, we're going to go get these. And Wild Mutation is nice. It's basically Bloodlust. Spawn Banelings is exactly what it sounds like, but I think we're going to go with Mend, which is really, really useful, in my opinion. Let's go talk to... Wait, what? Why is it telling me there's still something
Your
here?
power level has increased.
Oh.
A new tier of abilities has awakened.
This one. Okay, so these are interesting one. Get Vespene gas faster. buffs for being on the creep, or 2 drones for the same cost. That's the one I'm going to go with, by the way. You see, that's the exact thing, Zed. That's why I call Dahaka smart, and why I love that, because you so rarely see a character like that in fiction. Most of the times people want to be number one. They want to be the leader. They want to be the ruler. But I like it more when you have a character, and this happens so rarely, who wants to be number 2 or number 3, who wants to be the person who isn't the front guy, who isn't the emperor, who isn't the leader of the swarm, but is someone who still has many of the benefits of being so powerful or so well advanced or so highly positioned or whatever, the standing, the money, the persuasion, the power, whatever it is they actually want. In Dahaka's case, he only cares about essence. It's funny because Dahaka is very much a true primal Zerg. All he cares about is survival. All he cares about is essence. He's going to be talking about essence a lot. That's why we have the essence counter. Hugs for Bragwin. Hug. But he... But nevertheless, he still has an intellect. He still has the ability to think outside of the box, even in his limited scope of what he cares about. So he is getting what he wants. It's just kind of funny to me, the way that works.
Tell me about your work.
Look at flesh, see only potential. Strands, sequences, twisting, separating, joining. See how it could be better. Eat flesh, splinter bone. Inside me, can touch it, weave it, spin it, make it great.
But not perfect?
I like this.
Never perfect. Perfection goal that changes, never stops moving. Can chase, cannot catch.
You certainly have your uses.
I love his speech there, because it's so true and it makes so much sense. The idea there, the way he says it, perfection is a goal that is always moving. That's not the point. The point is to constantly be struggling towards the goal. This is a literal example of the journey matters more than the destination with Abathur, because he doesn't even want to reach the destination. He just wants to keep working on the journey towards the destination. I think that's it.
We must still travel to the frozen moon of Kaldir.
Kaldir is
where the
next,
brood
which we'll be doing
Nefesh
tomorrow
is
morning.
fighting a Protoss
I
expedition.
swear, if there's anything wrong, I will let you guys
Had many
know.
highly evolved creatures to reunite.
Shut up. But I don't know of anything. Nobody is scheduled to show up. Nothing is scheduled to happen. I'm sure most of you will be playing Fallout 4 or Legacy of the Void instead of watching my stream, and that's totally fine, and I'm sorry for the delay. I really am. Tomorrow we will finish Heart of the Swarm. I am so looking forward to Legacy of the Void. You guys have no idea. See you around, guys.